Hey there, STEM enthusiasts! Welcome back to Kameron's Lab, Dive In, the go-to podcast for STEM students, crafted with passion by one of your own. I'm Kameron, your enthusiastic and ever-curious host. Buckle up for today's insightful episode. Ready to dive in?
Hi, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself.
Hello, my name is Eric Eitel. I'm working with German Bionic. German Bionic is a human augmentation technology company. We develop and produce exoskeletons.
Amazing. I remember the last time that I met you, it was at the Wired Health Tech Conference, and it was so cool because I got to try on the exoskeleton and just learn a little bit more about your product. So would you mind explaining it for the people that don't know? What are the different products that you offer?
Yeah, well, we started producing an exoskeleton that was actually designed for jobs in logistics and material handling. So basically industrial jobs where people have to do heavy lifting, like in general, heavy physical work. And there are still a lot of jobs out there. I mean, we usually order on Amazon or so, and then it pops up, but there are usually people involved, and they have to carry stuff, have to lift stuff. And so this is how we started with this entire project. It was actually based on a European Union research project. So we took one of the prototypes and commercialized it.
I think when we started learning about like exoskeletons in my biomedical engineering course, it was mostly for, I guess, supporting people that couldn't walk, but you're more looking at it as supporting people that can walk, but maybe didn't have too much of a load on them. So you're taking that load off. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, that's right. Maybe I can elaborate on that. Because, I think, we talked about these people doing these really like hardworking jobs and stuff. So it's really scary to see really high numbers of people that are suffering from musculoskeletal diseases, and lifting, heavy carrying are usually causing these diseases, and there are actually a lot of accidents on top that happen if you like get tired and work like hard and get into accidents. Yeah.
I feel like this is something like you won't really think about it because, like you said, you just click order on Amazon and then it arrives. You don't think about the people that are behind it. So focusing on that, I wanted to try to transition into your own approach at German Bionic, which is more human-centric. So would you mind explaining what that means and why it's so important to your company?
Yeah. So human-centric technology from our point of view is technology that actually focuses on the people, on their needs. I mean, we see a lot of technological approaches, like in these trending technologies, AI, robotics, that are mostly or very often designed to actually substitute humans, and that is not really human-centric. I mean, there are, of course, also technologies that are good because they get people out of the line of fire or something, which is actually pretty cool. But there are also a lot of jobs that humans actually can do pretty well. But we thought, like, okay, why not supporting these humans that have this fantastic supercomputer on their neck? Why not giving them some extra augmentation powers? And that was the idea that is also behind this human-centric approach. So we use AI and also a robotic technology to support the people and not to substitute them.
Okay, wow. So just building off of that, what has the response been like from workers when you're allowing them to use your technology in the workplace?
Yeah, this is a super interesting question because, of course, there's also like distrust. Like, so why do I have to wear this robotic system? I mean, it's kind of weird if you hear it the first time. In general, these people, especially like people, for instance, working in a warehouse, or like one case we had like guys who actually did the baggage handling at airports, and they told us like, yeah, okay, usually when I come home, I'm so wrecked, I really have to sit on my sofa and there's no playing with my kids or something. It's really like over when I'm done. And they told us like after using like this technology, they felt their spare time was even better. So it was not just supporting them at work, but also helped them to be part of social life. And I think this was such a nice feedback that we actually got. To meet like this distrust, which is kind of perfectly normal and understandable from my point of view, we also think into directions how to enable the users to really like understand the technology more intuitive. So we just, for instance, for the Viva Tech show, we presented a new app that is connected to the data system, and it just helps the users to understand, what am I actually doing here, and what does this thing really do? For instance, like there are also gamification elements that if you like worked all day long and then look at your app, and then you see like, okay, the system supported me with the weight or compensated the weight of 3 elephants. This is really cool. Those stuff like that that just helps, like, okay, to use the technology. So there's also like onboarding and all kind of manuals, little videos and stuff that like give back best practice, but also like these gamification elements that just like, show the people that it's not a feeling, but there are also like facts behind it, what it actually does.
I feel like gamifying things makes it so much better. Everybody likes games. Like there's no person to be like, oh, why is this a game thing? If we could transition into the healthcare side. So if you could talk a little bit about how it gets used in the healthcare industry.
Yeah. So a little anecdote behind it, because during the pandemic, so everybody was talking about like, oh, okay, we have to look at the critical infrastructures. They need to be protected, and like mostly talking about, I don't know, firefighters or maybe warehouse workers. But like in that time, a lot of inquiries from healthcare workers actually reached us. It's like, hey, what about us? I mean, you have this technology. Couldn't you like think about like how to, I don't know, implement this in our particular work field? And that was like the starting point to think about how to implement such a exoskeleton system into the healthcare work. And we were lucky because there's like this really big nursing lab in Berlin where we have parts of our R&D. And so we collaborated with Charité, which is like one of the biggest healthcare institutes and biggest hospital in Europe, I think. And so we had the opportunity to really use their labs and really figure out what the needs are, and also what was very important, adapt our software to the particular use cases. So now it's already in the field, and again we get excellent feedback, because I mean, I know I know this back from my youth, because I also used to work in a hospital, and I still have this physical memory how it feels after a working day, how your back and everything feels. And so I totally understand that these people give us again the feedback, like lifting up patients, lifting them up from wheelchairs, or getting them into bed, getting to wash them and stuff like that. This is so demanding physically. So, and again, this is a very good use case. And I think this could be also, from a commercial point of view, a very good way for us to go.
Yeah. I think it's fascinating because like I didn't do like long shifts at the hospital, but I used to volunteer there when I was in high school. I didn't have to pick anybody up, but just like the whole day, I was just like moving papers and moving everything, and your back really starts to hurt after a while.
Yeah, okay, that comes on top. Yeah,
like,
normal physical work besides the patient.
But I didn't even do anything hard, and I was in pain.
Absolutely.
So if we could talk a little bit about, so you mentioned like the different use cases. So would it be like, would you recommend it for people that just have like back problems in general, like just want that extra lumbar support maybe?
So this is something we are really looking into at the moment. If it comes to, let's say, private persons using the technology, we at least have the groundwork built already, because we have this 360-degree augmentation platform approach that we also presented here in Paris. So the idea behind is that we have like all the software, all the data platforms, all the new interfaces like the app, or also like a data vest that detects ergonomic risks, which is also actually pretty cool. This is all developed in-house. So we basically have the technology platform to also like think about like what do like private people, for instance, also older people or people with special needs actually need from a exoskeleton like ours. And therefore, if we look into the demographics and the aging societies, I think it makes so much sense to keep these people, of course, in mind. I mean, at the moment, we are basically B2B and looking into the workplaces, but it's definitely something we should go. But as said, like the technological platform is there, but now we have to develop new stuff, but it's actually the coolest part.
It's really cool. Look, that's the best part, when you know that you can and you just gotta get to it.
That's right.
So nice. I wanted to ask you about what you think about the future in terms of human augmentation. So you already mentioned that German Bionic does a lot of the technology in-house, which is pretty amazing. I'm pretty sure not many companies do that. So just from you guys' perspective, what would you say would be the future of this like human-centric approach?
Yeah. So my personal opinion is, I mean, we see that the materials are advancing. We have all these kind of smart textiles, and there's like a lot of stuff going on at the moment. So I could definitely see that we have like soft robotics, soft exoskeletons at some point. At the moment, it's hardware, you know, and if the materials are refined, components are getting smaller. I mean, it's getting more and more a mass market in the end. And we've seen first exoskeletons that actually go into this direction. Like there's, for instance, like a walking exoskeleton from Hong Kong, which was in some shows featured actually also here, which was kind of cool. So more a consumer product, like for hiking, for instance. I mean, which is like leisure time and so on. But even these things are still hard, you know. So what I'd like to see is in the future, like soft exoskeletons, like stuff that you wear on your body and you don't feel them anymore. And what we talked about earlier, like demographics, definitely tend into the direction that we should enable people and augment people. For instance, if we're getting older, to take care of ourselves for a long time, because there won't be any people taking care of us, because they're also old. So it's kind of complicated. So I guess this is definitely something where this entire human augmentation thing is headed to.
What would you recommend to students that are looking to get more into things like human augmentation from the exoskeleton point of view?
Well, it's super cool that there's so many new companies and research projects are popping up at the moment. There are also like industry associations that are focusing on exoskeletons that definitely give like some advice and ideas, like where to look at, for instance, if you're looking for internships whatsoever, or for people who are doing their PhD or something. In general, I think it makes total sense to just reach out to the companies, because also from our point of view, we are always looking for young talents, and definitely offer opportunities to do internships or like be part of PhD programs in the company. So there's a lot of stuff at the moment, and I guess there's coming more. This is my impression.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Eric. Looking forward to go look at the booth later.
Great pleasure. Thanks.
Hi again, awesome listener. That wraps up another deep dive of Kameron's Lab Dive In. Before you dive back into your day, see what I did there? Take a second to hit that subscribe button so you never miss an episode. Want a behind-the-scenes look? Bonus content? Or just some good old STEM fun? Follow me on my socials, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube at Kameron's Lab. And remember, every episode is a new adventure, and we've got some thrilling dives lined up for you. Don't miss out. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.